Finally, Zion Williamson has been medically cleared to return to play without any restrictions for my New Orleans Pelicans. Z is eligible to sign a 5-year, $186 million max rookie extension this summer. When asked if he'd sign the deal if offered by the Pelicans, Z said, quote, "Of course, I couldn't sign it fast enough. But will the Pelicans offer it?" Shannon, what would you do? Would you offer Zion that 5-year, $186 million max money?
I would, because I can't risk losing him, Skip, but I'm nervous as hell.
Yep.
Man, I'm nervous, Skip. I'm like a long-tailed dog on a porch full of rocking chairs. I'm nervous, Skip, because I know his history. And his history says it's not looking good. Now, maybe he's Joel Embiid. Skip, you remember what happened with Joel Embiid. They gave him this long-term deal, and hell, Joel Embiid might have played like three or four games a season. But for the most part, he's been pretty reliable.
Pretty.
Joel Embiid got his training, got serious about his training.
He did.
He got serious about his lifestyle, his nutrition.
Yep.
The only concerns, Skip, the only concerns you and I have ever had about this young man is his nutrition. Is he going to train? Is he going to eat? He's a big man. He's a large man. He's an explosive man. And the game that he plays is above the rim, which is a lot of tension, a lot of torque on his body, on those knees, on those joints. But, Skip, I'm nervous to give him this kind of long-term security. He's going to sign it, but something tells me 2 years into this deal, he's going to be wanting to get up out of there. But, Skip, I got to do it. I don't have a choice but to do this. But, man, I'm nervous.
I am right with you on this. And for the record, I talked to a Pelicans insider the other day who said the foot issue is not a jumping landing issue. It's a running, stopping, changing direction issue. And I said, so 6 of one, half dozen the other.
Right.
It's still the same problem.
Still things that you got to do on the basketball court.
You just have to do it. And so his tonnage, still, you have to stop on a dime occasionally.
Right.
And the foot starts to go in directions it doesn't want to go.
Yeah, 300-pound moving in that
way too much.
Yes.
Okay. I just want to stress the fact that I loved him coming out of college. And when he was physically and mentally right in the NBA, he was a flat-out force of nature.
Right.
He had even more impact on the game and the scoreboard to me than Ja has been able to have in Memphis, just because he's just hugely explosive. Never seen anything quite like it before.
No.
But I'm starting to wonder about, and this is the biggest picture with Ja, does he really care about playing basketball?
You mean Zion?
I'm sorry, Zion. Does he really care? I know Ja cares, like to a fault almost. But does he have the desire, Zion Williamson, to be great? Because if you do, then you change everything. You do whatever it takes, nutritionally, mentally, physically, you figure it out.
Skip,
and I haven't seen a sign of it yet.
Skip, the first call he should have made was to Charles Barkley. He's a more explosive Charles Barkley.
Yeah, I agree.
And people don't realize how good Charles was. Skip, they don't. But Charles Barkley could elevate. He played above the rim at that little 6'4.5".
He did. He played with such force at the rim.
And he was that size. But Charles said Moses Malone told him that, Chuck, you fat and you lazy.
Okay.
He changed it, and Charles Barkley became an all-time great.
He did.
Zion Williamson has that kind of ability.
He does.
But I'm afraid that you cannot eat the way he eats and be great. You just can't do it. You just can't. Yeah, you do it. And like I said, big young men normally turn into big old men.
They do. Okay, yet, I will say this. The Pelicans won me over this year without him.
Yes.
The more I watch them, the more I like them. And I gravitated. Obviously, the coach is going to be a superstar coach. But the chemistry of the team was so fun to watch after a while that I started to wonder, do you really? Because at the end, he's trying to force his way in. His stepfather's trying to force him into the action. They're saying no, because they got this.
Are they going to be enough basketball? B.I., McCollum, Zion?
But to your point, how can you not? You can't risk having him go somewhere else.
For nothing.
And you thought from the start he wanted to go to the Big Apple.
Oh, he does.
And be the big man.
Like I said, Skip, I believe he signed this contract. And we've seen guys get these max deals, and then a couple of years later, I need to go. This is all on you, Zion. if you're serious about the game of basketball, you would change your lifestyle. This is not a diet, because diet have the start-stop date. Oh, I'm going to do 3 months. I'm going to do 6 months. It's a lifestyle, which means more times than not, 80% of the time, you're going to have to eat a healthy diet, a healthy, balanced meal.
Completely concur.
New Orleans is not the most conducive place for that, Skip.
But heck, New York can be just as tempting.
But Skip, man, you know they could. That gumbo, that etouffee, that jambalaya.
I know it.
You know about that, Jen?
She does.
I'm going to teach you how to cook fresh fish, Shannon.
Okay.
And it's so fresh, we're talking hours old. You don't need all that heavy stuff.
Okay.
It can be healthy. All right, still to come this morning. Will Steph be looking to get revenge on Marcus Smart if the Celtics do end up making the finals tonight? We'll explain coming up next. All right, back to the NBA playoffs. Steph Curry named the first ever MVP of the Western Conference Finals following the Warriors series clinching win over the Mavs last night. Now, he's going to return to the finals, obviously, but this time he's without KD, who obviously helped the Warriors win their last 2 titles. Believe it or not, Steph's still seeking his first finals MVP. First things first, co-host Chris Broussard joins us now. Chris, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much pressure do you think Steph's under going into these finals?
I got to be honest, 1 or 2. I mean, really, 2. I'm sorry. To me, Steph Curry is playing with house money. Steph Curry already has 3 championships. He's already the best small or under the rim player ever. He's already the best shooter of all time. He's already gotten this team further than anyone thought it could get in the finals. And so it's gravy. It's extra that Steph can build. And if they lose this series to Boston, well, this is a Boston team that already shut down Kevin Durant, which no one thought was possible. This is a Boston team that confounded Giannis, which no one thought was possible. And a Boston team that has turned Jimmy Butler into a shell of himself. So there's no shame if they lose. I'm not saying they will, but if they do, there's no shame now. There are a lot of those saying now, Steph is top 10 all time. Steph is, if you want to say that, then if he's going to have a real legitimate chance at being in the top 10 or right near it, then they got to win this championship. He's got to be the finals MVP. Yeah. But again, that's extra. That's gravy. That's icing on the cake. Like house money as far as I'm concerned, 2.
I agree. I went 3 because he has 3 titles already. It's amazing that the pressure's on Steph Curry. The man already has titles. I can see if you, Skip, I gave you this. I can see it with you when you said there was a heap of pressure on Kevin Durant because Kevin Durant didn't have titles. And he went there for the sole purpose of getting those titles. Steph Curry already has 3 titles. He already has the MVPs. His resume, he wants to check this final box on this thing. And that was on the back. Because Skip, you go to the doctor, and they come back like, oh, you forgot the back. It's just one little box.
You usually forget page 10, right?
It's on the back. So he got that one little box on the back that he needs to check, which is the finals MVP. But Skip, you look at what he's already done. He's already an all-time great, top 75, revolutionized the game. The finals MVP would be the cherry on the top. And I just don't know. I still don't know how he didn't win finals MVP, the first title. But hey,
thank you, Shannon.
We give it that. They gave Iggy the finals MVP because of the final 3 games. And Skip Bayless said games 4 through 6, LeBron was terrible. LeBron was so terrible, all he did was average 31, 15, and 9. And what
did he do in game 4? They could have gone up 3-1. What did he do? Help me out.
Skip.
8 of 22, and he missed 6 free throws?
It was a travesty that Steph wasn't able to.
So for me, Skip, I look, and to do it now, because you shortchanged him. You said, well, Kevin Durant was finals MVP. Y'all do things to Steph Curry that you never did to Kobe. In those first 3, how many finals MVP did Kobe get? Y'all never did this to Kobe. I don't know why y'all want to take these.
This isn't about Kobe.
No, but I'm just saying. My argument is you got to give context. You make it seem like, and Kobe played great. It wasn't like Kobe was just going along for the ride. Y'all make it seem like Steph Curry went along for the ride, like he was a role player with KD. He just averaged 28. He averaged 27 in those two finals. So get a man his credit. He's going into the top 10 with a win and a finals MVP, and ain't nothing you can do about it.
There is something I can do about it. I can fight back because right now the only travesty